Hey guys. Wow. Hello. Hey Omario. Hey, together we are one. Hi Starlight. I haven't watched for a long time and not living in the USA. Where do you live, Starlight? Cool, man. I mean, okay, so I decided from Quebec. Wait, you're from Starlight? You're from Quebec. I love Quebec, man. I love Quebec. I've done a lot of vacationing there through the years, and I really love it. It's so beautiful there. New Zealand, that's also an incredible place. I mean, Buenos Aires, wow. Get some beautiful souls here. Amazing. From Europe. This is amazing. I'm so glad to see you guys. Okay, so this is, I usually meet with Dr. Stacy at this time, but there's a little mix up and she's at the airport. She's going someplace. So I decided to just try to wing it myself, even though I wanted to get on. I can't seem to figure out how to do this. Um, done. Done. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm okay. I can go live. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to go live on Instagram. Okay. Now I'm live on Instagram. Okay. So I can do this one introduction. Okay, so Dr. Stacy wasn't able to make it today, so I won't be able to answer really detailed questions on Lifewave. But I thought that that you're starting. We're telling your followers that we're starting a live video. Yeah, cool, man. I mean, listen, I'm. It's not like a regular like a news thing, but I always do. I usually do Tuesday afternoon with Dr. Stacy, and Dr. Stacy is yeah. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see that. Because I really feel the product is really good. So so I can talk about it myself a little bit. I can talk about a little bit of the product. I don't know it as obviously as well as Dr. Stacy, and I can't give you all the info, but I can just tell you from like a kind of a user friendly. The hair looks thicker. That's from the ASEA. That's from this product, but they have a skin. They have a skincare product that makes your hair grow. So I've been slathering that on my hair. Oh yeah, here it is. So I can do like a general info. I mean, this I'm using ASEA. This I put this on my head, and it makes my hair grow, and it makes my wrinkles go away, or it makes them a little bit less pronounced. So that's really cool, and that goes with ASEA. Now you know what? Since I'm doing this by myself, I can tell you that okay, this is ASEA, right? This is the skincare. There's a lot more skincare products with it, and this is something you drink like 4 shots a day, man. This stuff, I don't really understand the technology, but it's kind of like the next level of of health. The next level of health. It's kind of a quantum thing because it's electric, it's charged, it's redox molecules, it's highly charged particles of chlorine and sodium that are in kind of a transition state. So they're highly charged and they transfer this energy into your cells through this redox thing, making it easier for your cells to communicate with each other. And that really promotes tremendous health because the cells, they know if something's wrong, they have a communication platform. But it's really, I think it's really just goes with a kind of a Tesla model of the universe, that when you have charged particles, they tend to, that's really where you can get your energy, is from the charged particles, and not necessarily from burning fossil fuels. So, the future is in this, electromagnetic fields, and these are kind of like next level, I believe, technology. It's not, they're not med beds, but they're really pretty amazing. So since I'm by myself, I don't have Dr. Stacy. Dr. Stacy specifically, talks about the Lifewave products, which I love. Listen, I love this both. I think these two things are in conjunction. If you're healthy already, it just makes it that much, makes your life that much sweeter. I'm able to focus better. I had some pains in my foot that went away, but the ASEA and the skincare, and also the Purium. I mean, I don't want to overwhelm people, but I will try to focus on the LifeWave. Is school Wednesday? I'm going to do the school Thursday at 5 o'clock. We're going to be doing the Zoom meeting, but you can go to school. There's some videos I found out there. A lot of videos there, and all kinds of cool people to talk to. I'm making friends on school. I made a nice friend. I spoke to her today. It was really, we had a nice conversation, and getting ready for the flood. School is going to be biblical. Yeah, man. Let's hope. Let's hope. I think it's really important that we communicate with each other. I mean, because we have to keep ourselves up to snuff. Anyway, so I guess I will, but okay. So what I'm saying is like this: if God forbid you were convinced by the dudes to get this, you want to do whatever you can to make sure your DNA is reset. So I would say, I don't want to overwhelm people, but I would say, go with the LifeWave, go with the ASEA, man. They both reset your DNA, and they help your cells really utilize what's naturally ours, which is the light and the electric energy that's in our bodies. So since I'm going to focus more on life waves, this is like a standard patch for me. I do X39 every day. I put it under my belly button. Okay. Everyone, I know Dr. Stacy does this. Let me see if I can. This one happens to be empty, but and I do X49 every day. X39 and X49 I do every day. That's my kind of baseline. And I find as soon as I put it on, I get a kind of a I get my body feels energized. I feel energy. So it kind of gives me like a charge, because it doesn't put anything in your body. It just reflects your own light. It literally reflects your own light. So this is like next level technology. But I use these every day. This works on your stem cells. It activates stem cells all over your body, wherever it thinks your stem cells need to be activated. It works on that. And this is more, I'm not exactly really even sure exactly, but they work in conjunction with each other. This could be maybe for more for strength. But there are a couple of other things that are really good. Now, in terms of general health, Eon is highly recommended, and the um, Eon is really for inflammation. So, like for example, I had a little problem with my foot. I had a problem with my foot. I put an Eon patch in the area that they recommended, which is between the big toe and the second toe, like in the V there. And then it just totally knocked out whatever little pain was left. I mean, the pain started going away when I started taking a SIA, the pain in my foot. And it really isn't a bother, but when I put the Eon, which deals with inflammation, on on the area that where it hurts. I mean, you don't have to do that with these patches. The patches you can put them in, there are specific like meridian lines, and they show you where to put them. But if you have gotten this, Dr. Stacy recommends I think it's the glutathione. Correct me if I'm wrong. The glutathione, I think Eon and X39. That if you unfortunately were forced to get the ouchie from Dr. Fauci, you can reset your DNA, which is really important. Even the letter 17 said, protect your DNA. So you want to go into the future with clean DNA. This is the way to do it. These three patches, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's this, the glutathione, the Eon for inflammation, and the X39 to reset your stem cells, to activate your stem cells, to reset your DNA from this attack on the energy. Now, that reflection in your magnetic aura is being refocused on yourself. That's exactly right, man. That's what it is. It's not putting anything in your body. There are frequency for detoxification who take the vax. Right. There are frequency. Right. You use both products. I also use both products, and people that are in my support team are like, Ellie, you're going to confuse people. But I listen, man. I mean, I don't pay health insurance, and I wouldn't pay health insurance, and I'm not going to those places anyway. This is my health insurance policy, man. Is it expensive? I don't think so. I mean, for me, it's not expensive. What would be expensive is to get sick and have to go to one of those places. That would be really expensive for me. That's a price I'm not willing to pay to go to a regular medical doctor. So, right, the light is reflected back on yourself. Now, I don't do it every day, but I'm finding more and more I really like to do it. This was the patch that was designed for the Navy SEALs to improve their life. And it just gives you a kind of an edge, man. I mean, there are two patches. I could show you the two patches. One is brown. The white one you put on your right side right here, and the left one. I mean, I don't know if you want me to pull up my shirt, but I could just show you, like, that I don't know if you can see it. I keep these patches. I keep the patches on my body, in certain places on my body, right? These two, the energy patches go right in on this muscle up here. I also have one on my solar plexus. I have one under my belly button and one in my back. But that's because I really like this stuff, and I use it. I feel it's not harmful. It's not invasive. So I highly recommend these. They were designed to help improve the lifestyle, the quality of life for the Navy SEALs in submarines. And it really gives you, I mean, my day is just, listen, I'm not somebody, you can tell by the way I am. It's not easy for me to focus. I'm all over the place, but I think this gives me, between a SIA and the patches, I'm able to reset myself. Now, this one is a nighttime patch, Alavita, which I put on the back of my neck at night. You're only supposed to keep them on for 12 hours and take them off for 12 hours to give your body a rest, because when you have the light reflecting back on itself, it's, it keeps your body, doing stuff. Dr. Stacey's a really good doctor. Dr. Sebi. Does it help with autoimmune disorder? I think so. I mean, I think it helps with anything. I mean, for sure, your autoimmune is it's kind of really dealing with your DNA. So I mean, yeah, I think it helps with everything. I mean, they're saying both of these products for things like Lyme's disease, for the things that they say there's no, there's no hope for. Dr. Stacy had a severely handicapped child, and the child was able to communicate better. I mean, it's I give it to I give both products to my mother because my mother got the ouchie, and my mother's 92, and I want her to be, I want her to be healthy. I love my mother. I mean, my mother's, very important to me. So why wouldn't I want her to have this thing? She's excited about the, she wants to get rid of her wrinkles. Maybe she could snag another boyfriend in the active living home. She just, her last boyfriend just passed over, so she might be she, she's 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 an item now, in the active living home. I mean, but anyway, at 92, right? Listen, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. I mean, I am just roaring. I'm single. I'm newly single, and I'm just like, I'm like, this is it. I can. Maybe I learned something in the 60 odd years that I've been doing, and maybe the next time, I have had 3.5 wives. So maybe the next time, or maybe I won't get married. Maybe I'll just like have friends. I mean, I don't know, but it's like this is a life to be lived. This is a life, and another thing that's really important, I think, just in terms of your general health, and this is new to me because I'm a homebody, man. And, we learned in 2020, you just stay in your house, work on the computer, all that kind of thing, man. It's really nice to get out. I went on a trip to Utah, and they begged me, said, please, Ellie, you have to come. And I went, and, I encourage people to do it. Glutathione and Eon, yeah. And Eon, yeah. ADD is a symptom of having spirit of the hunter, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm all over the place, man. Um, which patch you use, right? I heard moss is very healthy, 100 minerals, but my brain works faster. Yeah, so okay, so Lynn's saying her brain works faster, and people want to know which one you're using. Maybe that's what it is too. My brain is working faster, but this is for nighttime. And I believe this works on the pineal gland as well. That's what I seem to remember, that the aloe vera is for the pineal gland. So let's see what else we have here. Oh, here's an interesting one, man. You're having a bad day, strap on some Nirvana, man. I, listen, I was run down on Monday. I didn't get enough sleep, and I put the patch on, and I had a decent day. And there's some pills that actually come with this. I'm not really sure what the whole structure of that is. A lot of these things are really new to me, but I'm really enjoying it. And this, of course, for those of you who can't sleep. I don't sleep enough hours to not be able to sleep. When I hit the pillow, it's like, okay, man, let's like, because I don't really sleep that many hours. So when I hit the pillow, even if I've had a cup of coffee, I'm out for a few hours. I get up early. I get up at like 3 or 4 o'clock, and then I take naps throughout the day. That's just the way I like to run my life. I'm gonna cut this down because I don't want light to get on the. I don't want to expose these guys to sunlight. I don't think it's good for the crystalline structure. So let's see if there's any aloe vera, carnosine. Also, I'm not exactly sure what it does, but I guess it stimulates your carnosine production in your body, as does glutathione produces your glutathione response. So did Lynn say which one? Oh, so here we go. Here's Lynn's response. She says she uses X39, X49, and glutathione and Eon. Yeah, those are great ones, man. Those are absolutely great ones. And let's see, glutathione I usually put on at night. Glutathione I do at night. I put that in on the front of me in the chest. Take patches off, go straight to sleep. Yeah, I would recommend also. I mean, thank you, JD. Yeah, I and I've heard this. By the way, there's a new product coming out from ASEA that's even more powerful for your skin. But what is for the pineal gland? The aloe vera. That's for the pineal gland, and you're supposed to take this at night. You could even put it right on your where your third eye is. You could put this. You can put the patches right there if you need to. Um, how do we get comfortable traveling again? I personally won't get on a plane unless the Orange Man sends for me. I will never go back to an airport hospital. Um, no, I think just the opposite, man. I mean, listen, I'm being forced out of my crib. I mean, I'm very comfortable here. I'm really happy by myself. I don't really want to leave my house, but I'm being forced out, and it's a good thing. And I really think people should, we need each other. We need to know how to we need lovers, we need friends, we need, they say when that the reason they had us stand 6 feet apart is because when you're less than 6 feet apart, you create another energy body, like you create the godliness, really. I will admit that I slather this all over my head twice a day, and I have a lot of this stuff because I'm selling it, and they send me a lot of samples. I mean, you get a lot. You get if you're you know if you're distributing, if you're introducing people to this, you're going to get a lot of extra product, and you might want to just do it just to get the product. And like I said, if either way, you can call Jay if you're interested in a SIA. Definitely call Jay. Especially if you're interested in the business, but he can tell you the right deal to get, and you can email Dr. Stacy, or you can just you can sign up, but they'll tell you, they'll give you the inside track. But I think this is a very important topic, and maybe this will turn into like a kind of a general health hour that we're doing. But I think it's really important to go to an airport, hospital. I or cheap stuff from Chinese stores. I've been going with my son to Chinatown every Sunday. We've been going and having lovely meals together. It's kosher. There's kosher Chinese food. It's very reasonably priced in Chinatown in New York. So I don't, I don't know, man. I think we have to. This is our world, and we have to. We have to. This is where we live, and pretty soon we're going to be claiming it for ourselves. What is the pineal gland? So the pineal gland is kind of like they say is your spiritual connection to godliness, to the other dimensions. So your pineal gland is in your located in between the two halves of your brain, and it's what makes you spiritual. So they're saying that the fluoridated water was designed to calcify your pineal gland. So this aloe vera and certainly ASEA, and I like I said, I like to use them both. Will help decalcify the pineal gland, so that you'll have an easier time of connecting to the spiritual forces. Because I mean, the way that God communicates with us is through our minds, through our thoughts. You get a thought, I'm like we're like TV sets, man. We're like spiritual TV sets. And if you're on the right channel, you're going to get the right downloads. Treating autoimmune, right? And the traditional medicine is not going to help you with your autoimmune system. They're going to make it worse. So I think you're better off getting involved with these kinds of things. And like I said, neither of these, like this you cannot OD on this, because it's really essentially salt and water. But they've charged the molecules in such a way that it holds on to its charge. So but it's nothing that you could drink a lot of it and you will not get sick. I mean, so because it's not, you're not putting like a supplement in your body. I mean, if you want a good supplement, I also use Purium, because Purium is an organic food source, easy to get, easy to store. I found some natural ways for anxiety. Right. So you can get off meds. Yeah, you want to get off their system. These meds are not designed to help you. Here in the Garden of Eden, right? We're in the Garden of Eden. God is frequency, right? And vibration. We want to tune in. Exactly right. Anxiety in his voice. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Um, the federal folks. Yeah. I also don't want to go to a hospital. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and these things are helpful. I mean, they're very helpful to reset your DNA. And it isn't just the vaccine. I said it. It isn't just the ouchie that messes with your DNA. They put stuff in the air. There's stuff in the food. There's all kinds of weird stuff they've been trying to poison us with. So you want to reset. You want to be careful with your body. Yeah, are you talking about me, Colleen? I mean, I'm used to having Dr. Stacy here, so this is really out of my my comfort zone. I'm just doing this because I feel that we should preserve this space and this time, and but I think okay. So responding to this, I really think you should make an effort to get comfortable traveling. It's fun. It's fun. It's you get out of yourself. Yes, you everything is in the show more, and when you buy from my links, you're supporting me. So you're definitely you are buying from me if you try the product. So you can either call Dr. Stacy, you can call Jay, or you can just order it yourself. But it's in the show more below all my videos. I have links to these products, and thank you, JD. Yeah, um, but yeah. So that's it, man. I mean, yeah. You're helping me, you're helping the channel. YouTube took me down, so I am paying my bills to my friends in Nepal who are helping me distribute my videos, and I really took them on in a big way, and they're really doing a great job. I believe they're doing a great job getting the message out. So I don't have to depend on YouTube. But when you buy from my links, you are definitely directly supporting the channel, and I really appreciate it. Sea burials, and it's for me personally, I prefer to have an exchange where you get something physical, rather than people say it's like I'm a teacher and you could pay for my teaching, but I don't want to take something for nothing. um yeah, no, you should check, and you should check with the family. You should not trust anyone. You should not trust me. You should not trust anyone. You have to do your own research. Do the parents love it? That's great. Oh, Shira, I'm loving your tapes, man. By the way, if you haven't checked in with Shira's channel, Divine Manifestations by Shira, she does exactly what I think is so important, and something that I use besides using the Lifewave products and the ASEA, right? Besides this, I listen to Shira's tapes to the it's relaxes me in the morning. I do exercises while I'm listening to that kind of music, and it just it centers you. If you want to check out Joe Dispenza, he talks about centering yourself before you leave the house. Of course, a lot of us don't leave the house anymore, but I really think you should. We cannot give up on. We cannot let the bad guys you know take away our lives. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 2-1, we are together. It's very sweet of you. Listen. I appreciate all support. It's hard for me to receive. I'm not good at it. Like I said, when I was 1 years old, and my mother gave me a birthday party, I hid under the table the whole time. She couldn't get me to come up. Um, yeah, right. The concept of doing of channel and getting something back. That's what I would rather. I mean, I listen. Patreon is also really good. It's really good, and I'm getting. I mean, this is probably going to be the hardest month. Look at the scene behind us. The color is so funky, man. Right? color. I could change the color a little bit, but anyway, the central banks, right? Yeah, imagine how much you've spent on health insurance. I mean, that alone, right? And I think this is better than health insurance, personally. I mean, that's my take on it. But everything is in the show more. You can order there, and also Purium is a very good food source for receiving. Okay, I'll check that out. Okay, I'm very proud of myself. Today, I called a member of, a friend who happens to be a woman, and I just had a lovely conversation. It was very relaxing. I wasn't uptight. It was, like I'm doing things that, you know, um, that aren't naturally so easy for me. It's still cold on the coast. Are you talking about the East Coast for receiving? That's so nice, Shira. I really love your tapes. They're beautiful, and I recommend to everyone that this is the health of the future. The vibrational. Really appreciating what Tesla always said is that we're really vibrations. And if you think of like if you, I mean, like you kind of think that's a pretty good model. If you think of yourself as a TV set, a kind of a TV set, you wanna you want to be open to the right channels. Leviticus, the oil that is in his left hand, so sprinkle on, into the palm of his own. Yeah, guys. So yeah, join me on School Tool. Also, it's really nice for me to see you on Zoom. And we'll continue to build School. That's going to be an ongoing building project. The Lifewave link is not blue to click. Not sure what that means. It's not. Uh, the Lifeway link isn't. I think if you use it, it has something like kabbalahguru in it. I if you go to Instagram, if you find me on Instagram, you've been on a Lifewave. Are you working under me, Carol and Joe, or did you already have this for a while? That's really beautiful, man. I think it's a great product. Listen. I enjoy it. It's nice to be proactive instead of reactive. It's nice to like do something for your health instead of later to counteract bad health. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, get on School. School is cool, man. School is cool, and that's a place where we can contact each other 24/7. Let's say you can't sleep at night, you want to talk to somebody who understands where you're holding. I have better screenshots, but cannot send here. I'm not sure what you mean, David. Yeah, the ASEA, right. You swish it in your mouth for 15 to 30 seconds. That's all you need. I was swishing it for 5 minutes. They said that's overkill. It doesn't help. Just 15 seconds, swish it in your mouth. Let's see if I have any cups here. I don't have any cups. I have them all lined up in my kitchen. Uh, hey guys on Instagram, how you guys doing? But I take 8 ounces of ASEA a day, but again, I distribute it, so I have a lot of it, and I really enjoy it. So I also with both of these products drink a lot of water. You should be drinking a lot of water anyway. Look for the picture under Jenna, Melissa. Okay, beautiful weather lately. Nice. Go see a patch should be a good starting point. I think so. Yeah, just start with one. I mean, I started with X39 in the beginning. I just bought a bunch of X39 and try it out. You see how see if you notice a difference in your life. I mean, it's subtle. It's subtle, but it's powerful because it really goes to the source of your health. It resets your body. It's not the idea of like dealing with an ailment with a pill. I think JD, I think yeah, try it out. Go to the show more. If you use my link, that helps this channel. Hebrew meaning plasma, strong. Concords with plasma, breaks down touching God's commandments. Interesting. No, that's fine. You ask as many questions as you like. That's beautiful that you're asking questions. I just wish Dr. Stacy was traveling, and we mixed. I wasn't here last week because I was in Utah, and I forgot to tell Dr. Stacy. And this week, she was traveling, so not a flat screen TV, not just a flat screen TV, right? But yeah, I mean, I think it's an amazing product, and but that's it. And there's all kinds to choose from. You can have all kinds of. It's fun. Life is fun, and it's a discovery process. So, silent, whether it's silent nights, but I would say, just in general, with the Lifewave patches, with the daytime Lifewave patches, try to remember to take them off before you go to sleep, because a couple of times I have left them on at night, and I wake up in the middle of the night like, energized. I'm like, okay, it's like for me to wake up at 1 o'clock is not good because I get up at like 3 o'clock. So that's an essential sleep time for me. So, I get sometimes if I do that, I wake up and I remember, oh, I've got patches on my body, and I rip off the patches and then I can go back to sleep. Japan, once you, wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, my mom's on the patches too. When she painted, her hand would hurt. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow. You know what? My mom's an artist, and she hasn't been able to paint because her hand is trembling. I wonder if this will help with the trembling. I just ordered her a Sia. She's already on the Lifewave patches because I got her the glutathione, the X39, and the Eon for the ouchie. I got her these, right, for the ouchie, because also for selfish reasons, she wants to come and visit me, and I just want to make sure that she's clear. But I just ordered her a Sia, and she's very excited about this for her skin. And but I think this is an amazing product, and you have to understand, you have to really understand the technology to appreciate it. It's not such an easy thing to explain to people, and I have to do more studying to really be able to convey what it is. Why do white people rebuke themselves and apologize? So we can all become one again. How do white people rebuke? I'm not sure what that means. Go to the Treasury direct. Humanity's fractured. Yeah. Oh, what just happened? Something maybe got. Oh, now let's see. Okay. Now I'm on another camera. All right, so I'll be on this camera. No biggie. This is a slightly different situation. Let me see if I can go back. No, it turned off. That's interesting. No. All right, so my regular camera turned off, but you get to see the beautiful sky this way. Plukwing. Plukwing, not sure what that means. Plukwing. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, the sky is amazing. I just, I thank God every day that God brought me here. Yeah, and I usually put them on before I shower, and it's fine. I do it sometimes before I exercise, before I shower, no problem. It stays on. Sky is amazing. Yeah, let's see if we can get a better, can get a nice view of the whole the whole schmear here. It's really, look at that, right? I mean, I've been. This is a gift from God that I have such a place that I can, because I don't really necessarily get out much, and I'm working a lot. So I figured that any free time I had, I would be able to look out the window. And on Shabbos, Shabbos we don't use any electronics. Shabbos, I will sit in a chair for hours and just look out the window. It's like looking at a kaleidoscope because it changes. It changes every second. Plus, they're doing all this construction with the sand and the jetties. You see, that they just finished. They pretty much finished building a jetty down there. I don't know if you can see it from here. Let's see if I can get out of the way. But they've been rebuilding the jetties, those rock piers that go out into the water, and they keep the sand from washing away. It's amazing to watch them. It's the Corps of Army Engineers are doing that, and it's really they work all night, all day. I mean, they're relentless out there. Thank God they're not doing it right below me. They were right below my window for a while, and that was, yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah, I don't think, no. They designed the jetty so it won't be buried by the sand. Be fun to see a UFO fly. Yeah, it would be. Well, a real. They have. I think they have the holographic ones now too. You listening to the birds? Yeah, that's so nice. I'll pin this. All right, so that's really it. Just if you need to order, it's in the show more. I also have something called, I think it's called Linktree on Instagram. If you go to the link tree, all these sites are there and you can order it. If you're doing the Lifeway, don't hesitate to talk, leave your number with Jay. Jay will get back to you. He's a super nice guy. If you're interested in doing this as a distributor, it's a great way to make a living, man. It's a great way to make a living. You don't have a boss knocking you around. It's you can go anywhere, do anything, like, even like with this business I can travel and not have to worry so much, and not having to worry about YouTube for my income is also a big deal for me. Thank you, two together. I'm not sure how this all happened, but I feel like I've been trained in this lifetime and probably in other lifetimes to do this kind of thing. um I don't really attach a lot of ego to it. I don't think, maybe I do in some ways, but I don't think I do. But I really like people. I really want to see people be happy, and yeah. So anyway, I guess, what time is it? 4:30. Okay, so we've been in probably too long. Anyway, so that's it, man. That's the ASEA, Lifewave, everything in the show more, or on Linktree. Check in with Jay. Send Dr. Stacy an email. She'll be glad. She's very good about getting back to you if you have questions about which ones. I just did. I spent. She told me, because I'm a distributor, that I could buy like a big pack of all different ones, and I could sort of save in the long run. If you're distributing, you can save on the patches and stuff. So I got, like, that's why I have all these patches, man. And it's like, so I get to, like, try different ones on different days, and I'm loving it. I mean, it's great. Abraham and Isaac, yeah. I think it's going to be the future. I think it is the future. I think we're on the cutting edge of a lot of different areas in this community. So I mean, how we I think in the how we're going to how socialization is going to take place, because I really think it's important for men and women to get together. And who's saying it? I think it was Mr. T said there's going to be a lot of babies. And I think that just because we're older, I don't think that means we're not going to have babies. I mean, Abraham had Isaac at Yitzhak at like 90 or 100, I think, So I think we're coming back to that kind of health and those kind of times. So, even if you're older, I don't see, and I think it's just so, raising a child is just it's the greatest thing. There's nothing better. I personally, I don't believe, if you have a child, then my personal belief is that you stay together no matter what. And I stayed with my wife for 20 years, even though we didn't really, there were a lot of issues that were not resolvable, but I waited for my son to get out of the house, and he's like, I cannot believe how mentally healthy my son is. I mean, I look to him. I would ask, I'm like asking my son, like, what should I do? He's like, he knows the answers. So, a man and a woman must stay together, I believe, when they have a child. And other than that, it could be that, you outgrow each other, you go in different directions. Right, women honor menstrual cycles. Yeah, I mean that's why the Jewish calendar is good because it goes by the moon, so you can pretty much know where people are holding by the. However, I am likened to Melchizedek. Yeah. All right. Yeah, no drugs. That's the good thing about these things are not drugs. And that's really the good news. All right, guys. So we will see you tonight. I'll see you in a couple hours. I'm going to run to the grocery store if I can get out of here. If it doesn't, it does not look like it's going to rain. Does look like it's going to rain, right? We'll see. Anyway, I want to get a few things at the grocery store, and I'll see you guys in a couple hours. But don't be afraid to go outside your house. We have to interact. We're going to be rebuilding the world soon, very soon, and we'll be fruitful and multiply. So we need to be healthy. We need to be courageous. Yeah, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Yeah, man. I used to have a poster of that in my room when I was a kid. I started doing that stuff when I was like 14. It's probably how I got this way. All right, I'm not recommending it. It's just the way I went. All right, guys, God bless you, and we'll see you in a couple hours.